A new note on Blink by the fabulous Malcolm Gladwell, a classic of psychology. Even if still young, I don't know if he is 50 yet. And Blink in practice, in my experience, and in particular experience with the Lycée Francais, with the French, in fact, not just the French Lycée, high school, but also the French embassy and the French people here. Obviously, we have to start from the assumption, and in fact the certitude, that whenever we're talking large groups, we have similarities. We can't say French are better, Americans are worse, British are good, the Danish are not that good. And no, that's nonsense. Everywhere in a large group you have people with abilities, people who are decent and generous, help the world, volunteer, and people who steal or kill other people. That's once we talk about large groups, that's clear. So having established that, I have to say that my experience with this group coming here has been somehow a demonstration of how correct the Blink principle is. Blink, the power of thinking without thinking, and especially the theory of thin slicing, which is inside. Basically saying that we are able, and sometimes it's better, in a hospital. An example in the book comes from a hospital in Chicago used for the ER series, TV series. It's quite often paramount to decide to establish quickly. And in fact, at one point they said we need to have a procedure, something like a checklist, in which we establish quickly and separate those who are really in a serious condition and need and would benefit from attention, and those who are just I don't know, they suffer from a chronic disease, and they're not going to die, they will need attention, but it's not for now. And so cut down on what had been a more complex procedure, and with that some of those who needed quickly assistance immediately because they were taken together with those who didn't necessitate such an urgent treatment. Now, I was saying that if I may be wrong, there's that Diallo shooting in New York as an example in Blink, wherein we see that Blink taking a decision in the blink of an eye, without thinking. The power of thinking without thinking can be negative at times. So in that case, there's an example, and there's the Van Sen American worship. Perhaps in another note I'll talk about that, not to be sidetracked in this context. So what I'm trying to say is that to me the relationship with this educational entity and the embassy has been negative quite often, and you could see that in a blink of an eye. They don't let one come with a bicycle unless they make paperwork and they cause a lot of psychological damage and abuse, and even at times like blackmail. I can come and one of the guys in authority there came one time. You're parked with a car, I have the car and the bike, I take the bike from in the old spots, there were some traces with paint for the parking spaces, and there was the old and the new. And I was parked in the old, not knowing which is the new painted. And he came to me and said, "You're parked in who are you? I don't know you." I mean, they don't have uniform. There was this guy, I'm a stranger. I'm one of those who authorized you to come with the bicycle. And I was thinking, oh my God, I mean, are they that crazy and stupid? I mean, one, they have committees upon committees for a fucking bike, and then they abuse, they use this fact that I have a bike, and so I'm not coming. There's a couple or three come with a Bentley, and then the rest, many of them come with SUVs, BMWs, Porsche, Cayenne, and all that. And so they're very rich, powerful people here, and they don't go to them. But me, as riding a bike, I'm obviously not one of those big shots. So you can come to me, and then you abuse me for because you know I'm not that powerful, I'm powerless, and so and you don't go to them. And then nobody says anything about what I said. Engines running just to bring the temperature in the car at 21 when they have 21 outside. And when they send a message, there's no scholarship. And that's it. They said there's no scholarship for you, not I'm sorry, which is the polite thing to do, which is elementary education, which is politeness, which is the basic. And if you don't have the basic, what kind of a fucking institution are you? That's in the blink of an eye, you see. An institution with a lot of shortcomings, if not a shortcoming in itself.